I'm back to it after like a couple of years now. Added the podcast in there, and I've noticed they added a lot of restrictions lately, and it's like, nope, nothing bigger than 100 megabytes. It's like, yep, we're screwed. That
Anyway,
podcast is apparently 300 megabytes.
here's day 2 of the GBP4A Game of the Year stuff.
Hello.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
welcome. We split this up into the 2 days, which is different.
We should mention we are missing the Serve, the anime
Yep.
man.
The anime.
Yep. But
Opposed to the live action. The rest of the crew is here
Yeah.
and ready and willing.
yep. So why don't we talk about what the hell are you thinking? Examples
Well, I'm
include
thinking.
The Quiet Man, Diablo Immortal, Metal Gear Survive, Fallout 76, the PlayStation Classic, Nintendo Online, Final Fantasy 15, Telltale, Pushing Hammerhead, Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn, Extinction, Onrush, Red Dead Redemption 2, Artifact, and Steam Porn.
All right.
Okay,
So what? So
where do we start?
I just want to qualify something. The
Mhm.
support is basically like
It's hottest mess.
hottest mess. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. This thing went to hell for
Okay.
whatever reason.
Then I think like Nintendo Online could probably get cut.
Probably.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just mention how messed up it is that line since the GameCube, and their current answer is, "Hey, what if the phones?"
You gotta use the phones to do the voice chat. No one else
I mean,
voice
on
chats
one
in
hand-
any way other than phones.
On one hand, that is so ridiculous and stupid. But on the other hand, I don't remember the last time I used an voice chat.
I also don't remember
That
the last
too.
time I've used an in-game voice chat,
Those are
so
always fucking horrible.
because just use Discord or something.
Just use Discord. Like you're
Just use your phones. Actually,
or
not a bad
actually
idea.
call. Anyways,
anyway.
and like I
Um,
could see the like NES library and stuff once that gets built up being kind of worth it too.
Sorry,
That was
Rob.
a
You're
part of the-
You're getting quiet
of the
again.
what the hell, which
Getting
was
quiet
when
again?
they first launched that NES emulator. It had like that glitch where if you turn scan lines on, it would fuck up your screen.
Oh, what?
Yeah, if you turn scanlines on, then it had a tendency to like embed the or like
Burn it?
yeah, it would burn in scan lines.
Not actual burn-in, but it would like affect you at the system menu, so that when you quit out, it would leave weird graphical artifacts.
Permanently or like?
No,
so-
it's just on their current session.
Oh.
If it's
fuck.
permanent, that's
Until
real
you
burn.
turn it off.
That's weird.
It's
Alright.
very weird.
Alright.
There are a couple of these that I feel like maybe like Extinction was bad, but
What the fuck is Extinction?
The only reason I put it there is because so Iron Galaxy made it, Dave Lang and Company, and it is the most blatant, like I wouldn't even call it a ripoff. It's just like a weird cash-in attempt at people being excited about Attack on Titan. It's a game where you play as this shitty little dude with double swords and you fight giant orcs, and it's like, oh, you have to run up their body and cut off their
Oh,
head.
It's
It's-
tries to be Levi the game.
Yeah, but it's so bad. It looks like
It
fucking.
looks terrible.
It looks really bad. It plays worse. There's a quick look that is just the most abysmal fucking thing. Like, I don't know why they made that game. They shouldn't have made that game. That's the only reason it's there, is that it is bewildering they made it. Because it is such a blatant, just, hey, people like Attack on Titan. What if we made a really shitty thing that resembled it in some ways?
Maybe it's just a quota for Iron Galaxy.
But I'm sure it was just a coincidence. Point is, yeah, no, it's just
Like-
a bad game. It's a really fucking bad game. But it can go.
I don't think it necessarily hangs, but Shaq Fu definitely is
It-
emblematic
of
of what
what-
the hell were you thinking?
yeah.
it is.
I think that one can stick around a little bit longer. I think the ones that I want to maybe talk about and then just cut is I think Hammerhead can probably go because
Yeah.
that was a terrible idea, but also it was just like
I want to point out that DLC dropped that game.
That's
several
true.
places
It-
on your Game of the Year
it
list.
did do that. Like before before, if you had asked me like, hey, which game is better, like Spider-Man or Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I would have told you Spider-Man. And then I played the second DLC, and it's like, maybe Assassin's Creed Odyssey is better than Spider-Man.
What did Onrush do to get on this list?
I think Onrush and Red Dead Redemption 2 are kind of, I'm gonna just
They're kind of the same too. And
Yeah.
Onrush, after the first week, it didn't sell well. What's the company again?
Codemasters.
Codemasters laid off the whole entire team,
Oh, okay.
and RDR2 is obviously the
The-
unpaid overtime.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. If we're combining those, then I feel
Telltale's
like
not unpaid,
Telltale is the most emblematic of the three, definitely.
Yeah, if we were to get rid of any of those in the same
Yeah.
thing, I would say keep Telltale for
Yeah.
sure.
And then just drop Onrush and Red Dead. Because I feel like Telltale is a hotter mess than all of
Yeah,
those.
absolutely. Like everything about Telltale from start to finish is a hot mess.
Yeah.
I think now I feel better about maybe cutting like Shaq Fu. Like I feel like that one.
And
It's
shouldn't have
bad.
made.
They should not have
That's
done
really all
what they
there is to
did.
it.
Yeah.
So Steam porn.
So that was
I
just
mean,
What about
what they were
Steam porn?
thinking. What they were thinking is someone has to make money off this. Might as well be them.
I'm not
Okay,
sure.
so fill me in. I know that what used to happen with Steam porn was that if you wanted like H stuff in your game, you had to make a patch that was served up not through the Steam client, but then it was okay if you did it that way. What changed, if anything?
nothing. This was just us before today started making jokes
Yeah.
about porn on Steam.
Okay.
Started with Summer Lessons talk.
Yeah.
I thought Summer Lesson was on Steam, but it turned out to be the porn version of Summer Lesson.
Ooh.
And then we got to thinking about like, oh right, there's a bunch
There's
of
a
weird porn on
whole
Steam.
lot of porn on Steam now.
There's a whole lot. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's not what the hell you're thinking. I know exactly
Yeah.
what they were thinking.
This isn't even going to make the category, but what was up with those weird like Japanese lady games on Nintendo Switch? You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
I
about?
know exactly what you're talking about.
Don't.
Like the weird FMV, like you text the lady and she texts back or something.
What?
Is that what was going on?
I know
I
what this is.
I think so. I think that
It was like
was
some weird like creeper games with some Japanese actress that popped up on Switch like in the third quarter of this year.
yeah.
Last year.
Huh.
It's probably publicity for like a idol or something.
I don't
Or
know.
maybe it could be. I honestly didn't dig too deep into them, but that was a thing.
Sorry, I also just noticed
Just-
Steam porn in the next category, but
D-
keep on going.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
that was the joke. Kind of looking at Diablo Immortal and Final Fantasy 15 here because
Final
like
Yeah.
15, I
That's
say
just
it,
the game falling apart.
yeah,
And
which
deciding
is
to cancel the
that-
DLC they made. They
that's
planned.
mostly just disappointing. Like
Yeah, I could see that.
they lost the guy, even though they could have tried, but instead he's like, let's kill everything else except for that one DLC.
yeah, except for the Arden because whatever, Final Fantasy 15 is the best Final Fantasy has been in like a fucking decade.
I'll agree.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that game just kind of died out is moderately disappointing. But
But
Yeah.
it had a good base game.
yeah,
So they updated it, and I don't know. The episodes sound alright. I don't know,
I don't know.
but yeah, probably not top 3.
Yeah, Diablo Immortal.
Nah, it's just
seems
a terrible
fine.
announcement.
The announcement
Terrible
was
more
The game
disappointing
seems
in it.
fine. It was mostly just that they fucking. I don't
they
know how to
they
describe
bungled
it.
it.
They crippled themselves with that announcement. Like they took a thing that probably would have gone over fine and turned it into like the most reviled thing on the internet for about 2 days.
Right. I mean, the problem was it was their headliner for the Diablo franchise, and
Yeah,
it was
like-
cut when people were
That's-
expecting the next mainline Diablo game.
But people have botched announcements before. That one can probably go. Especially when you've got shit like Telltale sitting over here in the wings.
Yeah, and also,
Also,
this,
speaking of,
and also
speaking
this-
of minor offenders, I'm not sure if Artifact is particularly up
Ye-
there.
Yeah, they just.
I mean, it's a card game where you have to buy both the game and the cards, which is dumb and bad. But like, what else is there to that?
that's
yeah,
kind of
it's
it.
mostly just this thing is expensive, but that's it.
It's more disappointing. I think people just think that is That's what pretty much Valve is only doing. Well, it is pretty much what Valve is only doing now. It is developed by Valve, right?
Yeah, Valve and Richard
Yeah.
Garfield.
What was their last game before that?
Dota 2.
Dota 2, huh?
Yeah.
That's still quite a while ago.
Oh, I guess they did that VR thing, like the lab or whatever.
Nah, something
He's talking
bigger.
with the portal like builder thing.
Oh yeah, well, I don't think they made the Portal Bridge, whatever, Portal Bridge Builder, but
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was just the bridge builder people with, doing that on their own with Valve's blessing or whatever.
All right, everything that's left here looks pretty hot to me. Was
Yeah.
Metal Gear Survive? Did that come out? In
that
2018?
did come out in
Apparently-
2018.
Yes, it did.
Oh, that feels like it took longer. It
That
feels like it came
reminded
out
me.
forever ago.
boy, that game, like that game is a hot mess and probably could have won this category in a year. I'm looking at 3 things that are probably going to be the top 3 here.
So are we talking about Metal Gear Survive?
Yes.
I feel like you tried it on Xbox One.
I did. I played it on when they were giving it away for like free for a weekend.
Hey,
I mean, it
Cool,
says a
I
lot
did too.
about how hot these messes are that I think the next one to go is got to be the PlayStation Classic. 'cause
Yeah, that's kind of that's
it's just a shitty cash grab.
yeah.
Okay, let me talk a bit about this.
Okay.
You can cut it, but okay. So by all rights, this should have been like a fun little thing. Here's the PlayStation games for the PS1 on the small thing.
Yeah. Those NES like that.
And it should have been good because Sony has a history of making very capable PlayStation emulators.
Like the
PS2,
Vita and the PS3.
PSP, PS Vita, they all had, high quality PlayStation playback. And this thing, not only does it not,
It uses
they took a
PCSX.
third-party emulator for some reason, and then they took the PAL ROMs because because sure, why not? Let's shove PAL ROMs on this goddamn thing.
Hold on. There's a screenshot that I'm going to try to pull up for the stream here.
It's really baffling.
Funny
Like,
part is the hardware is actually capable. It's just
And
all
people
the
didn't tear
software.
down the
decision.
tech in the thing is like significantly more powerful than the tech in like a SNES Classic. It's just it doesn't do it well.
I really just want to point out, let me first of all I'm going to post this link in, whoop, no I'm not, that's not working.
Nice big redirect link.
I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say the PlayStation Classics controller, pretty okay.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Like,
Surprisingly, it's USB too. Which I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, it feels like a one of those comedies of unforced errors. It's like what the
Like-
why?
of the things on that PlayStation Classic, the thing that people probably want to see the most was the part where you could play the Final Fantasy VIIs a lot, because people like that game. And the part where they kind of mucked up this part of it.
Are you talking about like the transition from
I'm
battle?
talking about the battle transition.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen it.
Lots of audio reverb for no reason too in a lot of the games when I played at my friend's place. I don't know why that happens.
And now that you mention it, when I watched the Digital Foundry stuff, they were talking about like, and here's the weird audios.
Let me
I
just.
thought that was isolated to that one game, but I guess not.
No, there was some stuff in I think Ridge Racer.
That's not gonna work. Oh well. You can kind of see it in the stream. I'm gonna be too lazy to put it, but you can see the one on the left is the PlayStation Classic, and the one on the right is the actual PlayStation, and you can tell the difference just from this
PlayStation
tiny
Classic, a mess, not hottest.
bit. Yeah,
Do not lie.
somehow amazingly not the hottest.
Oh man, we got some biggies here.
Oh yeah, I feel like Metal Gear Survive is probably the next one to go. Like it is a hot mess, but it is.
It's just like a cash grab.
It's-
not,
it
like,
is.
I guess, yeah.
It's just,
I mean, just like
boring.
it
Like that's the
sucks.
main
It
thing.
sucks.
Yeah,
I mean,
it-
it's boring and it's bad, but also just the way it kind of shits over Metal Gear continuity is also part of that.
I would say
that
pretty
has
much the
nothing to do with
company
it.
almost.
It's pretty much just, it's really for me it's like a business thing, like the whatever the continuity. Like,
Also,
like,
I've-
not Kojima, it's not Metal Gear.
I really just want to point out that I think it's hilarious that your extreme military character, man or lady, doesn't know how to boil water. until like
Oh,
chapter
right.
7, which is hilarious.
Frustrating, to say the least.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Probably that's next one to go would be that.
Oh boy.
And amazingly, I feel like the one that doesn't hang with these is the Quiet Man.
I was gonna say,
Really?
I feel like the Quiet
Yeah.
Man has hung on here
I
too
was
long.
either Quiet Man or Soldier.
No, I don't think the Soldier Game. I think the Soldier Game is a finalist. I think Fallout 76 probably wins this. And I think Telltale.
76 probably
Hands
actually
fucking
wins it.
down.
Telltale
I mean,
is
I-
still pretty fucked up too.
Yeah.
Did you hear the recent thing with Fallout 76?
What's new?
It doesn't work anymore.
Oh yeah, that was that bug. That was like on New Year's or
Doesn't work
something.
anymore.
Okay, yeah, that dropped to it.
Oh my
That was like a
god.
week ago.
It's the whole.
What the hell?
It's like the thing they capped off the trailer with.
And,
with,
like-
hey, nukes.
Okay, so does anyone want to do the Quiet Man's epitaph?
R.I.P. the Quiet Man. You were hilariously terrible.
It is a beautiful, strange creature.
Yeah.
I'm glad I played you, but no one else needs to do it.
A quiet man at a time.
Um,
On the Sega CD.
and also, I feel what really, like, Grav, I know you wanted to talk about the Soldier Game console and stuff. Do you want to do that before I maybe present the case of why Fallout 76 is the winner of
Shit
this?
crown.
Okay, sure. So Soldier Boy, he gets on Twitter and he's doing a game console,
Whoops.
and it's clearly just something he got off
God.
Alibaba and is rebranding when it comes with the built-in ROMs and whatnot. And this is a good joke, and everyone's like ha ha ha, and Waypoint puts it in order, and they're going to review it when it comes out. But then Soldier Boy gets in a beef with Nintendo for some reason.
It's because he was like talking about how he could play Nintendo ROMs, I believe, is
Yeah,
the
like
reason.
the trailer shows Switch games or some shit.
Yeah, no, it was obvious that there was copyright shit on the box, and he was hoping to coast under the radar with it. But when people called him out for it, he just kind of like went crazy on it. He's like, "Y'all don't scare me. I'm Soldier Boy, fool.
Just there was
And,
there was an
what else?
explicit line of
Nintendo ain't gonna do shit."
Oh,
Cut immediately.
that lovely
to-
tweet.
Cut
Yeah.
immediately to, I believe, the website for the Soldier Game console now redirects to Nintendo.com,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
What was the
It
last
is-
tweet he tweeted out? That was, it made me laugh. I think it's like, yeah, I had to like back off or something. Oh, I should find it.
Anyway,
But yeah, and it was also part of like his suite of other Soldier products. He was like selling the Soldier Watch, which was some cheap ass smartwatch, and I forget what else he's talking. It's just like, here's this guy who music or not, was massively successful, and this is what he's been reduced to, and for some reason he thinks that
this is a good idea.
Oh, it's been deleted.
It's
Anyway, I feel like Fallout 76 in any other, like, the thing about Fallout 76 is the escalation.
It
Just-
stops. It's
keeps
still going.
happening.
It's still going to this day.
It's been like 2.5 months, basically.
Yeah.
They
like-
still have not gotten this thing working. They keep breaking new things. There was
Uh-huh.
a patch that temporarily just made guns not work.
Oh man.
Yeah, there was a. Hold on, let me find the exact thing here. But yeah, there was a patch that just broke guns.
this was
Fallout game is
I
kind of
mentioned it for
important.
the virus category, but you couldn't uninstall the demo of Fallout 76.
Yeah,
Oh,
because you
right.
didn't have. Because unless you bought it, you didn't have access.
Like, if you pre-ordered it but then canceled the pre-order, you couldn't uninstall the beta.
Oh my god.
And then
Just the canvas bag thing, everyone's probably heard about that a million
Yeah.
times now.
and then that escalating to here's $5 worth of in-game currency, which escalated
Yeah.
to
Buy the actual in-game fucking canvas bag.
yes, which
but,
escalated
okay,
to
no,
we'll
give
hook
the
you up.
bag,
Just send
but
our
you have
support,
to contact tech support. Yeah.
which escalated to
Oh,
oops, we have sent everyone's address who has asked about this to everyone.
Basically, all information in the support
Why-
ticket.
It's why you get
Yeah,
told
like-
don't hit reply.
Like
all.
everyone was like an admin on their tech support system for a day.
Which escalated to in the thread topic on Bethesda's website about this issue. they said, "Oh, we fixed this. We're gonna lock this thread now," and they didn't fix it, and they didn't lock the thread, which escalated to, "Hey, if you played this at all, we're gonna give you Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics on PC," despite the fact that they was get given away for free like every 3 months.
Yeah.
And you have to do it through the Bethesda launcher, which escalated to guns not working, which escalated to nukes not working, which just... Whew.
That's where we're going now.
I can't wait to see what happens next with the train wreck.
Oh, yeah.
Stops. But, yeah, there's no competition for this.
Yeah.
That's even bigger than Telltale. Because I mean,
as fucked up as everything else is, there's no competition for how crazy that is. Just
Telltale was
incompetence
basically
in
like they pulled a 38 Studios where they just
We're like, no, we're good.
management.
Oh, God, everything's bad.
Yeah.
Like hiring people up to the week before they shut down.
Oh,
Like
God,
people
I know
moving,
that.
people moving across the country to join, to like, hey, move over to the city, work in this studio. Next Monday, hey, we're shut down. By the way, you're fired.
Yep, there goes your healthcare.
You have healthcare for 9 days, no severance pay, fucking nothing. I'm glad you just sold your house and moved out here, but fuck you. That kind of thing. Like,
It's very, very much a 38 Studios type collapse. Rhode Island isn't going to be suing them for years afterwards.
No, California will. Which I imagine is probably worse than Rhode Island. Anyway, moving on.
I don't think California had any stake in Telltale.
To the Mad Props, the opposite of this award. The Mad Props Please Keep It Up award with the nominees of Tetris Effect, Baller Ass Indie Games, Weird Localizations, Switch Ports, and Steam Porn.
I feel like you could probably mix weird localizations and Steam porn in a way.
Probably. I'm just really, that was just for the joke, and I'm really glad that we got that joke in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, as much as I love the Tetris Effect, I feel like these other three are cooler things than the Tetris Effect.
Sure.
Also, what would Keep It Up mean for Tetris Effect? Like,
Yeah.
Just like make more Tetris.
Just-
Make more.
Yeah.
Make more things like that.
like,
make it-
is
like-
Psychedelic
like,
Space
get-
Invaders
Give
next?
give
Space Invaders.
give the
crazy.
Luminesce guy like fucking, I don't know, Robotron.
Hey, I'm totally. That actually sounds really good.
Give the Res guy Yar's Revenge. I don't know.
Sure.
Oh, make the Res guy do like Sinistar in VR.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
don't want VR Sinistar.
Sounds like a cool title.
It does.
Okay, so baller ass indie games. Is it, like, are there specific examples here that were?
I was just thinking about, like, I don't know, Dead Cells, Time Spinner,
Yeah.
Where the Water Tastes Like Wine.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah.
Into the Breach is great.
Yep.
Also,
Was
there's a lot of
Douglas
good
County indie?
Celeste.
Yeah. Celeste, yeah.
I guess Donut County and Celeste. Yeah, it was a good year for that.
I'm good with that one.
Weird localizations like 428, Fist of the North Star, Yakuzi's. I don't think Uppers
glad.
came out, but Uppers got announced as being localized, and that's bananas considering that game sold like 2,000 copies in Japan. And Switch ports. Just put your video games on the Switch.
Good. It's
Because
just good.
people will buy it.
Yeah, I seriously consider.
The Switch is a
paying
really
more
good
money.
system.
It's great. I love it.
I would
seriously
like more
look at
things
it.
on
I
it.
like I like games on the Switch. I like it when they perform well. They don't always. That's kind of like the one catch here.
I mean, they don't. Is there any instance of like it performing like really bad or like?
I don't know about really bad, but like I said,
It's like-
Dead Cells on Switch had some
Not it.
hitching.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff. And a few of the games that were ported to Switch, they've done like these
I know, like
PS Now type ports where it's actually just streaming.
those only are in Japan.
I'm not
It's
sure
like
how I feel about
PSO2
those.
and Assassin's Creed Odyssey
Right.
are in
Yeah.
Japan
That's
as
weird.
streaming stuff.
Gotcha. But yeah, Switch port's generally a good thing.
and then I had a train of thought, and I lost it because I thought about the streaming stuff. I've completely forgotten what I was going to say about the Switch.
Don't worry about it then.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it was clearly not important.
Okay, I would put my hat in for baller ass indie games
That's what I'd probably go
Yeah.
with.
because, like, playing Into the Breach and playing the little bit I've played of Unavowed, and
Oh, yeah,
just,
that too.
I got Dead Cells. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I'm also
I
gonna
agree.
play The Missing.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So like, it may be in a year where really there was a bunch of like big AAA like things that are probably gonna go down in history. Like, and I
Mhm.
didn't really give a shit that much. Weirdly enough, I just am enthused by them. Playing these games now, like I'm really into them, and I don't know. I got kind of burnt out on games or something. I was playing old ass games, and they're making me like games again. Weirdly.
Yeah.
Hey.
Indie games continue to have something for everybody.
Yeah, because they're just like they're small. They're not like huge time commitments a lot of the time. They do something interesting, and that's what they want to do. I don't know. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to baller ass indie games. That means you,
Or
the developer who's not watching this,
Developer. Yeah.
As opposed to the developers who are.
yes. Anyway, welcome to the next category of best continued support. We have 3
Right,
nominees,
we're
which
gonna have to cut all 3 of these
yeah,
out. Sorry.
no, just cut the whole
Oh,
category.
no.
Splatoon 2, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, and Dead Cells.
Yeah, so I think I originally created this category with Splatoon 2 in mind, just because they had been putting out like really significant DLC throughout the not DLC patches throughout
Yeah.
the year, and there was also
And
the
that-
Octo
yeah.
DLC.
I need to play more of that. That Octo
Wanted to.
DLC is good from what I played, but I got like halfway through, and then other things came
Right.
out.
Just wanted to shout out that they've really been, put in work on that game. Blaze Blue, I just thought they put out not only a ton of DLC characters, they did it at a good clip, and they were generally well done. And Dead Cells was an early access game that, once it came out, continued to receive good patches, including a very major patch recently that lets you basically customize how things work to your liking. You can set like what the weapon pool is and various other things. And for my money, Splatoon wins it. But if
I
anyone
kind
has
of
a
agree
hat-
with that.
Yeah, I would
I
agree with
don't.
that.
Yeah, Splatoon. And for the people who nitpicks about the Blaze Blue thing and releasing the like characters already in the different games, they're still making new stuff with the new franchise. That's
Oh,
hasn't been
right,
released.
yeah, and it hasn't happened
Oh,
yet.
yeah,
But, like,
the-
the idea that we still have the 5th franchise coming.
And it's
for
brand
Splatoon.
new.
Definitely
from
not
what they
Senran
said.
Kagura. Definitely not.
Yay, Asuka and Yumi.
Anyway, it's time for me to present the best VR thing.
Yay.
The nominees include Moss, Astrobot
Wait.
Rescue Mission, Tetris Effect, and Dirt Rally.
I could have sworn there was something there.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I didn't play Moss.
Okay, my loss.
Did you put it there?
I didn't. I think Gravs
Okay.
did.
Yeah, I didn't. My problem is I didn't get around to playing any of the VR stuff. But I knew Moss was very well.
Fuck.
So I figured it deserved to be there if any of us ended up
I
touching it.
mean, like, it's probably better than Dirt Rally. I'm gonna be super honest, because Dirt Rally is just brutal. Like, I would be okay with cutting Dirt Rally and making Astrobot
I mean, if you
win.
just don't want it there, then yeah, I say cut it.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, congratulations to Astrobot, the best VR thing. I didn't cut that. I just did
I'm
the
amazed that
delete.
you didn't make Tetris Effect the best VR thing.
So
I
here's
talked
the
with them
thing
about it
about
before.
Tetris
Okay.
Effect in VR. Like, it's Tetris Effect is very good. Tetris Effect in VR is just
There.
it's just there. Like,
It doesn't add anything to the
it
experience.
doesn't really add anything to the experience. Which
I
is,
guess maybe first time if you actually played the Tetris Effect in the VR, it would be great. But
Yeah.
I think it would wear off like after one session.
yeah, like,
Okay.
and the other thing is that, like, I feel like your location in VR is a little wonky, because, like, I feel like you are like I did rearrange my VR space a little bit so I can sit at my desk in VR and not sit in a weird like stool in a corner of my room in VR. I was running into this real weird issue of like I would zoom in close enough so that I could like play with the board and see everything good for like when I was near the bottom of the board, and then as it would build up, because in VR it's slightly harder to play the Tetris, I find, like I would have to keep moving the camera back because it for some reason looking up and Tetrising is not great. I don't know. Tetris effect in VR is... I just noticed I type a rescue effect. Hold on. I'm very good at typing.
Nice.
On the other hand, Astrobot Rescue Mission is amazing.
It seems to be the case with almost everywhere else I see online, for VR at least.
It's
Yeah, people
really...
have been saying things like it's the Mario 64 of VR, and I'm not sure it's that good, but...
It's not... I wouldn't say it's that good, but it is... It's definitely like... Okay, this is how this type of game should work in VR, because like it's really fun to just like look around a corner and be like, oh, there's a little collectible there, and you drive your little robot and you get your collectible, and it's just really well done and
Man.
like really good perspective stuff. The boss fights are incredibly fun and have a really good sense of scale.
Cool.
Like the first boss fight is against a giant robot monkey, and that thing is fucking huge. The other person presents category here.
Yeah, so
Grav
let's
presents.
talk about,
Let's talk about Vita games for the last
this
year. You
this
can
year in
probably
Vita.
do.
The Vita is still sticking out of the ground a little bit as we pile dirt onto it, so...
And there's a game coming out for the Vita next year, I think, because Catherine.
Catherine.
Oh yeah,
Right.
now that you mentioned it, yeah.
This year.
Vita means life. It's a category.
And I guess technically, P3 and P5 dancing are in Vita,
That's
aren't
true.
they?
Yeah, they are.
Nominate those, but like of the games that I played and liked that were on Vita, there was Secret of Mana, good game on PS4, also good on Vita, though some performance issues. Under Night, excellent game everywhere, no performance issues at all. Supports online play, but only against other Vita players.
Rip.
Stained, excellent game everywhere, no performance issues, and it would be really fucked up if there was. This is Castlevania 3 Bloodstained. Time Spinner, one of my favorite games of the year, excellent Metroidvania, crippling performance issues.
Oh, that sucks.
Spinner.
I was actually thinking of buying it. I think.
Don't.
Is it cross-buy?
Is it,
I don't know if it is, but do not buy it on the Vita.
Okay.
is it only Steam and PS4 or PC and PS4 and Vita?
I think. Let me check what platform.
It's on Switch too, isn't it? Or no?
I don't think it is.
No.
That's what it looks like, yeah, on the website. Steam, PS4, or Vita.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So PS4 version or PC then.
There you go.
So, and of the ones that remain, I think I want to give it to Under Night because I think they did just an excellent job of porting a fully featured game that, unlike some of these other ones, you might expect Under Night to take a performance hit, but it absolutely did not. Flawless port. Good job.
And you're cutting Time Spinner because of the performance
Yeah.
issues. All right.
Have you played? You play a lot of fighting games on the Vita. Are most of them actually consistent in the frame rate?
Been quite good overall. Like they had Marvel 3 was 60 frames a second.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think I'm
I
not
feel
sure
like-
what Mortal Kombat port was, but like the Arc
Wait,
ports.
there's Mortal
I,
Kombat,
I
huh?
think Cross Tekken, like Street Fighter Cross Tekken on the Vita, had some weird issues. Or at least I remember
yeah.
not being really psyched about Cross Tekken on the Vita.
Don't worry
Besides,
about Cross Tekken.
besides the
anime
fact that
games
it's
on
Cross
Vita
Tekken.
have been very solid.
Anime like Marvel vs.
And
Capcom.
the DFCs.
Anyway, moving on to the best looking game of the year.
Ooh.
We have Yakuza 6, Dragon Quest 11, Spider-Man, Dragon Ball Fighters, Gree, Octopath Traveler, and Forza Horizon 4.
Okay, I'm the one who put Forza Horizon 4 on here, but I can say that'll probably be the first to get cut because
I disagree because Dragon Quest 11 is here. And I know
Oh.
Serv is the one who probably put this on here, and I
Let-
feel like I'm
let me
stabbing
ask-
him a little
this is
bit.
actually
That
me.
game.
Oh,
Sorry, what?
I put Dragon Quest
Oh.
on there actually. I was just looking at the quick look and people playing the game, and I thought wow, this is a really damn good looking game. And like this is like the most realized version of Toriyama art I've ever seen, and it looks nice.
I think
Maybe it
Fighters.
doesn't hang, but I think it looks good.
I think Fighters is a better Toriyama art showpiece
Okay.
than
Yeah, I mean, you
Dragon
could
Quest
say that,
XI.
I kind of agree.
Cut Dragon Quest. I just thought it would for a JRPG, which aren't always the most
Yeah.
graphically intensive games. It just I
Unless
thought
you're
it looked
unless
really
you're
clean.
Persona 5.
Why?
But honestly, if I was going to cut, who likes Octopath Traveler? I think Octopath Traveler is. I don't like it stylistically, and I'm not sure technically it hangs either.
I like Octopath Traveler, but I would be willing to cut it.
All right.
I think I was the one who put Octopath on here, but
I have no opinion on it, so they can go.
and probably Forza Horizon 4 is the one that goes next. I feel.
Yep.
That's impressive technically. Is it like not artistically, or
Yeah, that's basically
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
impressive technically, especially now that it has a good PC game finally. In
I-
4K, it's pretty good. Even on Xbox One X, it looks great.
And like the
But
thing,
it's just
the thing about Forza, like, compared to Yakuza 6 and Spider-Man, is I think, as the resident lighting dude, I think the lighting in Yakuza 6 and Spider-Man is better than the lighting in Forza, and it's a gimmick here because Forza has real-time day-night, and Yakuza and Spider-Man do not, which means they can pre-bake a lot of the stuff that makes it look way better, but they can pre-bake a lot of the stuff that makes it look way better,
Yeah,
and it looks
exactly.
better.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Use a trick in the book.
Yeah. And
Uh,
I guess the real question becomes, because I think Fighter stays and I think Gree probably wins. The question
Agreed that
is,
both of those stay. I'm not sure what wins, but so between Spider-Man and Yakuza, what hangs?
yeah, that's the,
Kind of torn.
because Spider-Man looks good. Yakuza continues to have the best looking realistic Japanese faces because they're the only place that does that.
They nerfed those puddles in Spider-Man.
They did. It's a fair argument. Did they nerf the puddles in Yakuza? Do we have any?
No, I
any
don't.
evidence of that?
No, I think they
Alright.
buffed the puddles in Yakuza.
Well, I mean, in that case,
That's not an
That-
actual
I
argument.
know.
I mean, I think
like, they both look great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do not. I honestly am having trouble leaning towards one or the other.
So I was gonna say, do we think this is gonna sound weird because I added it and everyone just said it won? But do you think Gree would be a better fit for the best style rather than best looking?
it's.
Because it's in both
Still
categories.
like the look of it.
It
though.
looks so good.
It
I
looks
don't think
really
there's
good.
anything wrong with
Yeah.
calling it best looking
I don't think-
also.
Yeah.
We could do both potentially.
Yeah.
And honestly, screenshots of that game.
I mean, that game looks good.
It looks gorgeous. The
So,
animation is
uh,
so fucking smooth. It's crazy.
So I think the argument between a winner is either that or Fighter, probably Gree.
Well, we gotta knock one out.
Yeah.
We gotta knock something off the list.
I would say
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, because Yakuza 6 still looks pretty good despite being an older game, too.
Yeah, that's kind of
It came
where.
out this year for us, but in
Spider-Man's
Japan,
just
it's
kind
been
of the
out for a while.
typical. Yeah, Spider-Man's just the kind of the typical big budget AAA, like shiny graphics, like like it looks fucking awesome. But
I can see that. Like, it
you're not
does.
shocked by.
Yeah.
I mean,
It looks
sometimes,
so
yeah, it
good when
looks
you're
really
swinging
good.
around, though.
Yeah.
Like, you move so goddamn fast in that game, and it's still, like, it looks
Yeah.
good.
I don't know, TFP. What do you think?
I'm also kind of leaning towards Yakuza, if only because I think, like,
I think. The
I-
way
I think-
Yakuza- yeah,
I think the way
Just say Mary
Yakuza.
Jane's face looks weird. Just say it.
No,
it's true.
'Cause I like Mary Jane's face. She's a pretty cyber lady, but
Eh.
I think Yakuza 6's faces and people give it the edge over Spider-Man because I think
Yeah, I
Yakuza
can see
has
that.
good environments and people, whereas Spider-Man has really good environments and okay people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that then. Yakuza
Also,
takes
Peter
it.
Parker
and-
looks like he's about to cry at any given moment. Still, like they still have that. Like
Babyface.
I mean,
We're not-
it's accurate to Peter Parker.
Yeah, like I'm not seeing the issue there. So I guess the question between what wins is Fighters and Gree.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, this might go without saying, but Dragon Ball is incredibly technically impressive in addition to artistically impressive.
It really
Just
is.
Yeah.
and
It's gorgeous.
Like I
this
especially I that
in
game.
best fighting game also, or in most disappointing, I think. But Dragon Ball Fighters just is like incredible homage to moments from the manga and anime, and it just looks great when it does it.
Like it's
Like, I don't even
It's
like Dragon
crazy
Ball,
how
and
good
I
that
think it
thing
looks
is.
really good.
Yeah.
like if I, it's one of the reasons it's most disappointing for me is because it looks fucking amazing, and
Yeah.
I wish that it was a game that I really like to play because it
Yeah,
looks
I mean,
gorgeous.
I know what you mean, and also it's kind of as someone who has loved Dragon Ball since they were a kid and been playing Dragon Ball game for a very long time. It's finally a game that has nailed the fucking look of the anime, whereas none of them quite got it. All of them kind of did their own little weird shader shit to try to get it right, and it's like finally they fucking actually did it. They got close sometimes, but it wasn't quite.
Yeah.
But
Also, I'm just gonna post this picture to fully bury the Yakuza v Spider-Man hatchet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay,
forgot
point
about
taken.
that. Oh, I can't believe I forgot about Cyborg and fucking Hammerhead.
well,
Yeah,
I
you did.
think-
So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
made the
Yeah.
right call there. But
I think my money's on Dragon Ball.
I could see that, yeah,
Yeah.
because like
I can
that
swing it
game
toward
is-
Dragon Ball Fighters as well.
That game is so gorgeous. It looks so good.
It's a shame about everything else.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's a
Like,
shame
if
they
I-
made it.
So our two category winner, Dragon Ball Fighters.
The only game so far that I think has won 2 categories. Dragon Ball Fighters.
If it
That's
nails
looking
it,
and most disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why it's so disappointing?
like I said, one fed into the other.
Yeah.
a little bit.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Now it's time
for the knife fight, round 2,
Stuff
with
here.
best sounding
didn't-
game.
At least we didn't drag it straight to best song this time.
Yeah, I'm very glad that we're maybe not doing that again this
That was a
year
little
because
much.
that yeah
That was intense.
That was-
Next year.
that was a knife fight.
I guess we have to pour one out for the Quiet Man. I just
Yeah.
couldn't find the soundtrack. either.
Our nominees
Oh, well.
include Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Far Cry 5, Persona 3, Dancing in Moonlight, Persona 5, Dancing in Starlight, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, The Quiet Man, Tetris Effect, Time Spinner, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, Red Dead Redemption 2, Deltarune, Into the Breach, and Gree. Unfortunately, The Quiet Man probably needs to go.
What a shame.
And I'm going to argue that maybe... I mean, honestly, I think all 3 of these need to go at some
Yep,
point.
I agree.
I could
Yeah.
keep Persona for the
I-
first round because there's some good music.
I would
I
argue...
disagree for both of those games.
I disagree
Yeah, I
for
feel like
3
There are some
primarily.
good bangers in there, but overall, they're both poor.
I think
Yeah,
I think
it's like-
3
I
especially.
mean, when you compare them to what the Persona pedigree is, I agree that this is some of the worst remixes of Persona music, but it's still remixes of Persona music. That said, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't cry if they don't make top 3. I'm just surprised they're getting cut so soon.
I was also going to argue they should probably go just because I vastly prefer original Persona 5 and Persona 3 soundtracks
Yep.
to the dancing.
You're right, and Persona 3 has
Yeah,
had some excellent
it's-
remixes
I-
before, and these are not those.
Like
I hate to mention something.
I'm okay with 5 sticking around at least a little bit longer, but I think for 3's terrible remix of Mass Destruction,
Destruction is
And
fucking awful.
3's terrible remix of Deep Breath, I don't think Hideki Naganuma's really good remix can hold that game up compared to those other bad remixes.
Fair enough.
Taste-wise, I prefer Persona 3, but 5, I would say still keep it on this list for now.
Yeah.
At least
Okay.
it's more of a better remix, but I don't think it's a better dancing remix. That's the problem I have with it.
I think Far Cry 5's music is hilarious, especially when you get into the weird cult hymns about drowning people who aren't in the cult. But
That sounds pretty good.
it's really good. But there is one game that I know Grav has expressed his dislike of the soundtrack for, and I will stab him if he cuts it. And I'm willing to sabotage everything else that I added to keep at least Where the Water Tastes Like Wine on this list.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. I don't
yeah.
hate it.
Yeah,
but-
like I'm not gonna push for it to win. I'm gonna cut you if this gets cut.
All right, yeah, I'll bear that in mind.
No
Oh.
cuts.
I
Did-
am also a fan of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. The regional
From what I've heard of
remixes
it.
in that game are so good.
Yeah, and I like
Listening to it, I really like it too. It's making me want to play the game. Just the music.
did.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say I feel a bit weird about Blaze Blue on this list. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love all the
Why is
music
it on
in the
here?
game.
I don't.
Most of it is
Ruby
from
music.
games that already exist. So I'm just wondering if it's whether
Even-
it should be included on that principle.
Even then, Grav, like the exclusive, or not exclusive, the songs that made for that game, which is like maybe 5 tracks. They're
Right. That's I think what the problem is that the best tracks are the ones
Are
that came
Persona
from
4
from
arena
from
music.
Unity and Persona and to a lesser extent Blaze Blue. So
Couldn't-
yeah, maybe that doesn't hang.
But Grav, I couldn't stand it. Couldn't take another minute. I couldn't.
I love that
I
dumb
couldn't
track.
take another second with. I hate.
it's the Yang track that's bad.
But I burn.
The Yang track is real bad. Yeah,
Ah,
I'm
the-
with you there.
No,
I
it's
like-
the rap part of that song is bad.
I like the
That's
yeah.
all.
I like the I like when the Yang track starts, but I like when it.
Yeah.
I like about 10 seconds after that, and then it goes bad.
I don't think it's something we should cut yet, but I'm actually only lukewarm on Tetris Effect.
I think there are like 2 really good songs, and then a bunch of
Right.
songs they're good in the moment, but not that I would listen to outside of playing those particular stages.
Right, because I mean, I love this Child of Eden Res, that type
Yeah.
of electronica. I just feel like Tetris Effect is a pretty weak entry in those overall. It can stay for now. I'm just not sure it's gonna hang.
I love it, but I can see where you guys are coming from.
I kind of feel the same in that. I don't know. I do kind of
Yeah,
like. the
I
music,
listened
but
to
doesn't
it and
do
I
much to
enjoyed
me.
it, but most of it just kind of faded into the background for me.
But
I really
Hey,
like that.
Bass.
I really like that main theme though. The first stage one, the "I'm Yours Forever" one.
Anyone play Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom besides me?
I did not, but
I didn't,
damn,
but I
that
actually
thing's
did
got
like the
jams.
song.
I
Soundtrack when I was in
yeah,
this one.
like
The
I
music's really good, and there's a lot of like old school composers.
yeah,
I
like
definitely
I
don't
think
want
that
that
one
bad.
that one hangs for
real
the
great.
moment.
Yeah.
Not only is it good, it's got stylistic breadth. So.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You know, I
Deltarune,
listened to
which
that
I'm probably the
soundtrack.
only person who played any of. I put it on here, and it's another.
it's from the
the-
Undertaleman
Yeah.
who did the
Yeah,
Kenny
and
Omega
the track
entrance
that I
a
linked-
couple days ago.
The timestamp on the link there is my favorite of all the tracks, and I don't know if the whole album is enough to keep it there, but I just think that one's a real banger.
I think like we got to start. We're down to 10 here. Got to start cutting something.
I mean, if I could cut from here, I'd go straight for Red Dead.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I actually
I
really like Red Dead's soundtrack,
I
despite
actually
my
love
distaste
Red
for the
Dead's-
rest of that game. But I really like the soundtrack for that one.
yeah, like I think it is a great example of that genre. But again, I'm going to fight for Where the Water Tastes Like Wine over Red Dead. Despite the fact that I've actually seen one of the people who sang one of the Red Dead songs in concert, and that was really cool.
I say just get rid of P5 now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
down
fine.
with that.
You can only listen to so much of those non-remix tracks in that game.
I like the opening to the
I said that
anime
he's
that's the
about liking-
DLC.
I said my piece about liking Deltarune, but at this point, if I can't cut Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, I think my next pick is Deltarune.
I know I'm the only one who's played Into the Breach, and I absolutely
That-
love the soundtrack in that game, and it like really fits the tone of just like.
Hey, things are going bad.
things are going bad and it's really desolate, but also like kind of like the it gets actiony there. Like when you're figuring out your turn, it's kind of slow, and then when you go and execute your turn, it gets a bit more actiony. It's a really good soundtrack and it fits perfectly. But again, I know I'm the only one to probably play that, so.
I sadly
It's a
forgot
collective list.
like to listen to that soundtrack of all the ones on this list, which is a huge bummer
It
because
seemed nice
It's
from
really
what I listened to.
atmospheric.
Yeah,
It's really
like
atmospheric and moody.
Like, I think it's good, but-
in this particular.
like I feel like there have been good arguments for maybe cutting Tetris Effect at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm
I
I'm
might,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I could also officiate a self kill here with Time Spinner.
I-
I think it's a good solid Metroidvania soundtrack, but I don't think it has anything that stands out enough to keep it in the running in the long term.
That was one of the ones that I listened to this morning, and I was kind of on the same boat of like, this is fine, but I think
like it.
I also think of the piano music, I think Gree does it better.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, in terms of like having a nice platformer score, I mean I think Monster Boy is.
Yeah, I think this one is one of the last three. I think Monster Boy makes it to the end,
I will fight for it.
if not wins potentially.
It's really good. I didn't listen to the whole thing because wow, there's a lot of it, but everything I listened to I liked on Monster Boy.
So we haven't talked about it at all yet, but
Yeah,
Bloodstained is, I think, a really good rendition of a chiptune soundtrack. A lot of times chiptune turns me off, but I think they did a good job, both in terms of quality and also just nailing that kind of Castlevania aesthetic with that one. So I wouldn't necessarily cut it yet, but I think... but the horses I have left between that and Monster Boy, I think Monster Boy is my main one. So what's like tentative at this point? Is it just Bloodstained and Into the Breach, or?
I would say either Bloodstained, Into the Breach, or Gree.
Yeah,
Like-
same.
yeah, like I really like Gree's soundtrack, but I think that a lot of the strength of the soundtrack is also coupled with the visuals at the time and the things you were doing on screen as the soundtrack is playing.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that game is a combo of the two. It is not necessarily just the strength of the music alone. I like the music, and I listen to the music a lot because I just find it really relaxing. But yeah, I think
The gameplay does make it.
You're probably right, but I haven't played Gree, and when I was listening to that soundtrack, I'm like, yeah, this is damn good. So I think it also
it's
has
really
some-
good. Like I love it, but like a lot of my love for it does come from like as I was playing the game, hearing it in the moment, in the environment.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's probably some of that too.
All right.
Because some of those tracks sound jarring if you aren't like on the soundtrack if you don't know exactly what it's to. Like it's not really I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird complaint about the soundtrack that I'm not. It's not even really a complaint. It's just me saying like I could see it going in this particular group.
Okay.
So sounds like it's down to Bloodstained versus Into the Breach.
I
Yeah, I
believe
think
that is
that's
the
gonna be
case.
okay.
And probably Into the Breach is getting cut, or how do people feel? I don't know.
I have to
I could
recuse
still
myself
see the
from
case for
that.
Bloodstained getting cut too, because it is still like kind of like chiptune, but it's pretty.
Let me listen to some Into the Breach for a second here.
I
It's a
will
real
also
good
do that.
indie soundtrack, and I'm very partial to that kind of score. That kind
Yeah,
of music.
I don't think I have too strong feelings one way or the other about which one hangs. They're both quite good.
Like, I feel like for me, I'm leaning towards cutting Bloodstained, and Monster Boy probably wins this.
Okay.
Like, personally, I would still say Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, but I don't think I'm going to win that fight, so
I
I'm...
agree with you. I'm on your side. You have one in your camp, so.
Okay, so let's test the waters here. Am I the only one who puts Monster Boy over Water?
I think John...
I Monster Boy over Water.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
too.
Make You Mad would be the deciding vote here.
Oh god.
Fuck. Oh Jesus! Like the only, god damn it! I really like both of them. Like the problem is I've listened to more of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine soundtrack because I actually played that, and like I liked everything I heard from Monster Boy, but if I had to go between the two, I would go with Where the Water Tastes Like Wine just because I've heard more of it. But it is like it's the regional remixes of like the main Vagrant song
yeah.
are so good. God, I like the point where I hit like the Southwest U.S. and then it just kicks into the like Spanish language version of the song, and the instrumentals all change. I really like that soundtrack, and it's one of the few things that game has going for it. Like, the narrative and the sound of that game are great. The gameplay sucks, but the sound is so good. The music is so good. It just comes down to the fact that I haven't played Monster Boy. Like, I like the music from what I've heard of it, but you know, it's a big soundtrack.
I'm fine with
I
it.
don't think I can really vote on that and feel confident about my vote.
Well, someone's got to make the call.
So I
Yeah.
guess we're cutting Bloodstained and Where the Water Tastes Like Wine wins, because that's 3-2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless
In a normal year, I'd have a title I felt strongly enough about to, you know, break out all the knives, but I don't this year, so.
Okay.
it's unlike the Giant Bomb Game of the Year. This is a democracy,
Somewhat.
somewhat. Yeah.
Occasionally, when we feel like it.
Yeah.
Let's go our way.
Congratulations
Wow.
to The Quiet Man for not having a soundtrack.
Yeah. Also, amazingly, we're down to the last 2 categories here.
Yep. It only took an hour.
Yeah.
Yay!
Down to Best Style. And our nominees include Tetris Effect, Donut County, Lumines Remastered, Gree, and Where the Water Tastes Like Wine.
Lumines can
Where
go
does
because
the
it's
water
still
taste like wine?
Lumines.
I kind of agree. And I feel like Tetris Effect does the Lumines better.
Gotcha. I really like Donut County's style, but I don't think there's anything necessarily exceptional about it. It's just very fitting. Does anyone else have an opinion one way or the other on that?
I like it. I like the weird cel shaded look, and I like just
Yeah.
the mood of the characters and everything. Like I really like it, but having not played it and not knowing where it goes and everything, I can't say much about how fitting it is to the story they're telling or whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I played the whole game, and I think I added it to the category, but
Yeah.
I feel like the other ones are stronger contenders at this point.
On the, but this is gonna sound weird because I don't think I added it to this list, but it's definitely in my top 10 of the year. I don't quite see the argument for Where the Water Tastes Like Wine for style, other than the intro is really good and the music is really good, but
Yeah, it's got a mood. But,
Yeah, I wasn't gonna touch that one because I haven't played it. But yeah, if we're cutting that one, that's fine too.
Style is a weird argument to make on that one.
yeah.
It's got a mood. It's got an atmosphere going for sure.
I
But
liked what I saw of it visually, like the visual style of the illustrations and how those are drawn. I think is very
yeah, it's very it's all hand drawn kind of
scratchy
just
and
Yeah.
sketchy looking, and I think that's different.
I think for me the
The
only
heavy
thing that
dark
kills
lines.
it The only thing that kills it for
But I
me
haven't
is
played
when
any
you
of these
get to
games.
the only thing that kills it for me is when you get to the world map of the game.
Oh,
I think the actual world map you're walking around on looks kind of terrible,
yeah, that doesn't look great. Yeah.
and also somehow the frame rate on the world map is bad.
Yeah,
Ow.
I don't.
Okay. All right. Those are good arguments. I think to cut it.
Everything that's not that world map looks amazing. I wish that game was a visual novel.
So congratulations, Gree.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know how to make that argument aside from look at and listen to that game. It's really, really cool.
don't
It's
think you're
probably
wrong.
it is my favorite looking thing this year.
I don't
And
know.
I'd say Tetris Effect would be the runner-up, but we don't do those.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And now we're in it. Now we're in for the top 10 games of the year. We got 30 nominations.
Yep.
Rip serve.
Yeah. I can't. Hold on.
I never got a message back. He's dead.
Most likely.
What is he not dead?
You're gonna have to take my word for it on some of these because my stream window cuts out at Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and there's a bunch of stuff below that.
Oh, okay.
There is Monster Hunter World, A Way Out, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, Detective Pikachu, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory, Dragon Ball Fighters, Detroit Become Human, Under Night in Birth, Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, Yakuza 6, Spider-Man, 428 Shibuya Scramble, Dead Cells, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Secret of Mana, Time Spinner, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Soul Calibur 6, Mega Man 11, Donut County, Tetris Effect, Red Dead Redemption 2, Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, The Missing, Gree, Hitman 2, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is on here twice, so there's only 29. Whoops!
That's
Unavowed, Into the Breach. There we
So
go.
we might like go around and like pick one to cut or pick one to stay or something like that.
I have one suggestion right now.
I
just
have
'cause
a
we're
couple
missing one person.
suggestions.
Alright,
Yeah, I
let's hear
saw
it.
two on that list.
For one thing, I think these two can go because I'm the only one that played them and I didn't finish either of them. Because at one point this was just me being like, I'm gonna put all the games that I've played at all this year,
Oh,
and then I got to Far Cry and I was like, that's not a game of the year.
How do we?
Similarly, Dragon Ball Fighters
And Detroit Become Human.
probably go, I guess.
Who played Mega Man 11 here?
I did.
Oh, I did.
Oh.
That's actually, I mean, what you think of it to some extent depends on how you feel about Mega Man games in general, but that is a goddamn good Mega Man game.
Lots of great additions.
Seemed cool. I'm guessing Red Dead Redemption 2 can go
Probably, because
because
I'm literally the only one who played that.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I think TFE is the only one who's touched
I
it.
think
So
TP is the one who's touched it. I might fight for it. I might have fought for it harder if I actually, because I'm. It looks cool, but yeah, I haven't played the damn thing. Fist of the North Star.
Anyone play this aside from Serve?
I did.
don't know. Oh,
But
How's it?
it's
Is it better than Yakuza 6?
no, which is why I'm like,
Okay,
maybe
get
it
rid of
could
it.
probably go.
alright.
All right, and despite everything I just said about Mega Man, I don't think it's going to hang in the long term.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I feel like you can probably also take out Soul Calibur here. It's a really
Fair.
good Soul Calibur game, but I don't think it hangs with the 10 best of this year.
You can name 10 better games than Soul Calibur 6.
Probably. Especially on this list.
Secret of Mana is I mean it's just a remake. I don't know in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it, but I think that it did more for me than it will for most people, so yeah, you can cut that.
Just in the spirit of it being like a game of the year kind of thing.
Sure.
Anyone but me and Serve play Hitman.
I played a bit of the demo. If I had the more time and money, I'd play that game a lot more. But I know. So
I've only watched it when my friend play it.
It's
Looks
good,
very good.
but it's more Hitman, and I feel like there were more things this year that were better than Hitman was 2 years ago.
Could you
Fair.
kill Sean Bean in Bloodstained?
You can't, but you can do other things in Bloodstained.
Can you whip him?
what are we down to?
18?
I think.
So we need to kill 8 more games.
True boy.
Wait,
I'm gonna say it. Can you
Do we want to
defend
like?
Time Spinner for the top 10?
Yeah, I just think it's an incredible Metroidvania, and I've just always been really partial to that genre. I had it at number 2. I mentioned it before. I thought the story originally I wasn't sold on it, but I liked where it went. Had a lot of just long-running conflict between planets, and if you had the power of time travel, like.
whoever
and if you
Anonymous
maybe shape
Llama is, I will
changes,
cut
would
you.
Would they actually fix things? What?
Sorry, someone was highlighting something they shouldn't have been.
I did that just to mess with you.
I don't think Where the Water Tastes Like Wine probably hangs at this
Yeah,
point.
nah.
Like, that game's great, but it won the
Not
category
the
that
part
it...
where it's a game.
But that game probably won the category that it needed to win.
want to like lock things in that are almost assuredly going to be top 10, and then cut from the weakest?
Yeah, we still need to cut 7 more.
Yeah, maybe we go.
I'm
I
gonna
can-
suggest maybe cutting 428 at this
Oh.
point as well, just real quick. So there's one.
That's for
I-
locking in.
Throwing it out there.
I think we lock in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah,
I would say so.
even I got into it this year.
I think
That is
we.
the best Monster Hunter.
I think we probably lock in Yakuza.
Yep, I'm with you.
Are we gonna lock any of the fighting games? Because I really like.
I want to
love-
lock in Unist.
Sounds like yeah.
I would lock in Uniel over Blaze Blue.
I stand. I'm more in the Blaze Blue camp this year, but if we're gonna lock one, I'm down with Uni.
Are you down with cutting Blaze Blue at this point?
No,
Leave it-
but
nobody- let's just
Yeah.
lock
We're
in
not
10
cutting
first.
We're just
things,
locking
trying
right
to-
now.
We're just
Yeah.
trying to lock something, and
Don't
we
jump the
don't
gun.
have to lock 10 either. We can just sort of lock things
Lock
up.
did
what
get
we
my
feel like.
number one slot, so
I would.
Assassin's Creed?
I would, but you know, I think me
I
and
would-
TP are the only ones who played
yeah.
it. But, like, I would say hands down that is the best Assassin's Creed game they have ever made.
Okay.
Like, period. I would lock it, but I'm like I said, me and TP are the only ones who played it, so I could see it being unlocked for now.
I guess it's a different
Donut.
thing when I watch
This
it.
is actually a cut rather than a lock, but Donut County was pretty low on my list. I mean, it was still top 10, but does anyone want this to hang?
I didn't play it.
No, I didn't either.
Like
Yeah,
that
we
one
can-
for me would just come down to how strongly you feel about it. So if you don't see it hanging, then
That's not my.
That's not
strongest
that's not
suit.
your horse in this race.
Yes, use that one again. Smash Bros. Like we all like Smash Bros, but do we all like top 10 like Smash Bros?
It'll be there for me. I don't want to cut it yet. I don't think.
Yeah.
We'll see what else we can.
I'm looking at Gris right now for.
yeah, like for me, I really goddamn like that game, but like it is what it is. It's a shorter kind of adventure-y platformer. Like it's really good, but I'm not sure it hangs in like top 10 games of the year type thing.
The worst part is I can see it hanging like maybe at number 10 or something like that. That's the thing.
I could, but it's hard for me to pick
I
between
feel
what
like-
and about as to which I would fight for. But I honestly feel like neither of them might make this list. So
Yeah, I get the feeling as well.
What about Dead Cells?
I like it.
I think Dead Cells is just really fucking solid gameplay. I feel bad about cutting it.
Okay.
yeah, Dead Cells is one of those things that I played and enjoyed, but I am surprised at how strongly people feel about it.
Yeah, I haven't
So-
played it. I got it when it was on the Steam sales. Try it out.
Like for me, it was just kind of like, oh, it's a little Metroidvania roguelike thing. That's kind of cool. But people love that game to death, and
Well, how does everyone feel about Tetris Effect?
I mean, it's really good Tetris.
It's really good Tetris.
Okay.
Like,
Overall
I-
package is great.
honestly, like I feel like the one that I'm looking at this
Spider-Man,
point is
yeah.
Spider-Man to
I was
maybe
looking
get
at it too,
dropped.
I can agree.
How good is Into the Breach?
I mean, I think it's like a fantastic like strategy, almost puzzle game. Like that's like I said like multiple times when I've been playing that game, and it's just like I think I'm fucked, and then I realize it's a perfect solution, and it's like it's so well designed to me. But I mean, I am the only person who's played it, so I feel pretty strongly about it. But I can see it getting cut since it is a collective list.
that's kind of how I feel about Gree. Is like
Yep.
I would fight for it, but like on a collective list like this, I could see it going. As
If
well.
I had one more person that was into the
I was about to say because now I feel weird because I feel like Time Spinner and Blaze Blue are both me games. Like,
I guess the way I'm going forward is like I know of the games that are just me. I know which one I want to fight for, so
gotcha.
I'm okay with the other ones going.
What are we at right now?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Close.
10, 11, 12, 13.
13. Okay.
Unfortunately, I feel like Time Splinters is the next.
I mean, I feel like I cut Time Spinner, but
I
'cause
almost
I mean, they're not the same. One of them's more of a CV3, and one of them's more of an Order of Ecclesia. But if we're talking, like what was the stronger Castlevania of the year, I think it was Time Spinner.
like, yeah, I'm looking at Bloodstained and Blaze Blue at this point as maybe the ones that just missed the cutoff here.
Okay.
Right. I don't know how hard I should be fighting for Blaze Blue, because it is literally my game of the year. But clearly, you guys don't feel as strongly about it as I do.
Yeah, I just didn't enjoy Blaze Blue all that much. Like, I liked playing with you guys, but I like playing a lot of stupid shit with you guys. So
Fair enough.
Indication of quality, yeah.
yeah,
Or how you feel, yeah.
I don't have like the same fight in me this year. If you guys want to cut Blaze Blue, that's fine. We got Under Night on here.
it's a good thing we poisoned Graph before these awards.
Yeah.
Would you?
Mm-hmm. I feel like
Wait.
TP was about to say something and stopped.
3, 4, 5, 6,
2 more to cut.
12. Yeah.
I mean, again, so you guys smash this top 10.
I would say
I
that,
would-
but
Because I think it's a really good smash, but it's a smash.
I really like it.
But they only
but-
make those like every like 5 years, and
Fair enough.
like
I have complaints about Smash Brothers. For me,
Same.
it would be it would be like on this list. It would definitely be on the low end of the games on this
Yes.
list, but
yeah, it would be
I would
10.
still have it on there.
Okay, that's fine. Just checking in.
I don't know.
How when you say it's a really good Tetris, like what does that mean to you? Like, how into Tetris are we collectively?
I mean, I'm way
I
into
am kind
Tetris,
of not.
but I'm
Not.
I I feel like me and John are maybe the only Tetris people here.
Gotcha, because I'm like totally not into Tetris, so
I would be willing to cut Tetris
I mean, you can
Effect
feel super
and
strongly about it. It can, if you two feel super strongly about it, it can probably hang.
I mean, Tetris Effect was my like third on my list.
Okay.
I still feel bad about cutting Blaze Blue because Graf said that was his number one, but at the same time, we got to get 2 out of here somehow.
yeah, sure. I just kind of want to get things over with this year to some extent. So if that's going to be what it takes.
I was gonna say we're sure A Way Out is locked in on this, because again, that's a me and TFP thing.
It is, but
I
you
thi-
guys talking about it made me like.
Yeah,
it was
you did a
also
really
a
good job
sincere story.
of talking about that game yesterday. Yeah.
So I think it'd be nice if it's in here somewhere.
Yeah, I guess I just want to hear what other people think is the weakest entry on the list, and then
Well, other ones, yeah.
I have a number of things I'd target, but I assume that other people have. Okay, so Assassin's Creed? Question mark.
So, has anybody here, aside from TFP, played Origins, the one set in Egypt?
Nope.
Okay. So, apparently, Odyssey, and TFP can back me up on this, I guess, Odyssey plays way more like Origins than, like,
Yeah.
any of the previous Assassin's Creeds.
Yes.
Like, Origins basically played like Odyssey,
Yes,
well,
like
essentially.
they're basically they turned Assassin's Creed into The Witcher.
Yeah, like, the combat system is completely reworked. Countering people doesn't result in, like, or, like, parrying people doesn't result in, like, a instant kill counter. It is more of, like, an actual action-y combat system. You have a bunch of fucking special abilities, like an adrenaline meter that fills up to power your special abilities. Like, it's so different. It doesn't even feel like Assassin's Creed. Like, it's hard to describe because it's so removed from... The only thing that feels like it's stuck is the parkour. Like, the climbing on stuff, and that feels better than it has in a long time. Like, I've played a lot of Assassin's Creeds. I've played 4, I've played Syndicate. Like, Brotherhood is the only one that I finished, and I really liked it. Everyone since I've put, like, 1 or 2 hours into and just got deathly bored of it. I put 100 fucking hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and have not even gone to, like, every island in that game, haven't done all the side quests. Like, I think the writing in that game is generally really good. There are some serious weak points at some parts, but generally the writing is super on point. The main character is great. Like, I forgot it was Assassin's Creed for long enough to just really enjoy that game. Like, I really, really like that. I can't think of a good way to describe it to someone who hasn't played it, because it's it's not like an Assassin's Creed game. It feels very different. It feels way better.
Honestly, Odyssey, I've very seriously considered getting Odyssey, which is
I
the
would
first I can
recommend
say of an Assassin's Creed in about like 8 years.
Like I said, I finished
So-
Brotherhood and really liked it, and ever since I haven't been able to stand Assassin's Creed
I'm
Odyssey.
with you.
Until Odyssey, and I played it and I loved it
Yeah,
because it doesn't like it plays nothing like Assassin's Creed.
yeah. But
To me, when I'm playing it, it doesn't feel like it, which it
it
feels
kinda-
way better.
yeah, it seems like it's going in the direction that I want that series to go in, where it's just like take a time period and then make an open world action game, and
Yeah.
then throw in some more RPG elements out of it, to make it like just make in the like I don't know how much the future timeline shit gets thrown in the background, but
Very little.
okay,
Like you
good. 'cause
see
that's what
one
it
bit
should
at this, you see one bit at the start, and then one bit, probably
Okay, it's a
like
framing
10
device,
hours into the
fine.
game, and then at the very end.
be. Yeah, it's
Like,
framing
yeah, it, like,
device, I think that's fine.
If that's
yeah.
what the future stuff is going to be, is
That
just a
sounds great.
pill to put a cool action RPG into so that people will swallow it and buy it,
Sure.
then I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, I want another game like Odyssey immediately set somewhere else so that I can play more of that. And I
Yeah,
played that thing for
it's
100 fucking
cool.
hours. Like, it's good.
Like I said, it made me give a shit about Assassin's Creed, which I haven't in like since Brotherhood.
I feel the same way. There are multiple streams of me just shitting on Assassin's Creed while TFP says they're good.
Yeah.
Odyssey is the one I think is actually good.
But they're
Yeah,
good.
totally.
I feel like
how about-
I. Oh, go ahead.
Have we talked about Missing or Unavowed at all? Like, are those top 10 level?
have-
I feel like the missing is definitely going to be locked in for TFP.
Yeah, I think
So
the missing makes it. I feel like Tetris Effect is the one that's probably gonna be the consensus cut to make it at number 11, and then because that we need one more. I think.
Yeah, I think we're down to the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't quite see Tetris Effect surviving.
Yeah.
And I would
gotcha.
rather see The Missing and Yakuza and A Way Out and Monster Hunter on this list.
Cool.
Alright.
All right, there's 10.
All right,
We just
there's 10.
on italics these
So we want to work our way up.
probably.
Start at the bottom.
So who is?
I feel like I am okay with Unavowed being number 10 because honestly I'm amazed it's on this list at all, and that is just a me game.
Okay.
All right.
Like, I would fight for that, but
yeah. I mean, I played like 2 hours of it. It seemed really cool. I'm looking forward to where it's going, but yeah, I can't really speak
Yeah.
anymore.
Again, I mentioned Smash Bros. Before, but it made my top 10, but it was lower in the top 10. Does anyone think it deserves to be like mid or high?
No.
I think it should top out at like 8.
Yeah.
Like
Gotcha.
I would personally put Time Spinner under it, but
I mean,
or like
I'm
Time Spinner
fine
or
with
Under Night, I would
9.
say would probably go under Smash.
I don't feel good about Under Night under Smash.
Do you mean like Smash at 8 and Under Night at 9?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Oh.
think it's fine to put Smash at like 9.
Yeah, that's more where I'm at. Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, I really like a lot of the stuff in Smash, but I could see it being
I
lower
have-
on the list because
Yeah,
I know
it's,
a lot of other people don't have the same. I don't know. I really, really fucking love the adventure mode. I know a lot of other people have kind of just gotten super tired of that, but
I am kind of super tired of it. Unfortunately, right
It's
when I
so
get to
good,
the
though.
dark stuff, when it got like really interesting in a design way, I got real tired of it.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I think we could put Time Spinner at 8. I think it's a better game than that, but clearly, you know, I'm the main proponent of that one on this list.
Okay.
And by the same token, I kind of put Dead Cells at a similar quality level as Time Spinner. So is anyone going to fight for Dead Cells to be higher than
I think
7?
John likes Dead Cells. Like
John.
He might have had to go for his
Oh.
thing.
Oh, right.
That was
Did he
great.
step out?
Maybe because I haven't heard
Whoops.
him in a bit.
Well, bad timing.
Dead Cells was number four on my list,
Oh, wait,
so
no.
I
Oh.
like it a lot. But
Oh, mic
Oh, mic
problems.
problems. Never mind.
Great.
Oh,
Hello?
Hi.
yeah, you're there.
Hey.
Oh, man.
Fuck, so everything I've been saying.
Yeah, no.
God damn
We've
it.
not, we've
Uh-huh.
not heard you at all.
you've been overruled.
We've been gone
Well,
this entire
I,
discussion.
I completely agree with number 9. I'm not gonna say anything about 8 because Grav only played it, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. I mean, I think we talked about Undernight before. I think that's like top 5 level.
I'd say it's number 5 for me.
Yeah, like top 5 as in probably just 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because I can't see
but-
it beating out any of the other ones after like 5.
Yeah, I mean, in another year I'd put it higher, but again, it's North American release, so.
So Dead Cells at 7? Or
I mean, yeah, unless someone wants to fight harder for it.
I do like Dead Cells, but I can.
Or
I'd
on
put it at
feed?
7 if.
I'm fine with it at 7 because honestly, I would have it lower if it was up to me. So I would have both of those under Smash, but that's me because I haven't
Yeah.
played either of them really. So
That's me because I don't
if people
like
want it, if the people who
Metroidvanias,
like
but
it want it at 7, then it can be at 7.
yeah.
cool.
For me, at number 6, I'm gonna say it's either Assassin's Creed or The Missing.
I was gonna say,
I would
how
say
unconvincing are
probably
people?
Assassin's Creed. I would
Okay.
I would say
What
because
was that?
like for number 6 Assassin's Creed because I think The Missing is fantastic.
Oh well,
Sorry to cut you on this one.
no, it's
but
fine.
Are you okay with Assassin's Creed at 6 for this moment?
Yeah, like I like Assassin's Creed. It doesn't have to be at the top of the list or anything.
Oops.
I think we already said Under Night is
Yeah.
like 5-ish, so
Yeah.
So there it goes.
I kind of forgot what was the original number count number for top 10 game of the year. Was it like 20 or something?
29.
We started off at
29. Okay.
Yeah. It was 30, but Bloodstained was there twice for some reason.
and then I got cut.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
have any hats left in this ring? Where do you guys feel?
Um,
I left my
Probably.
main
Two
hat
of
at
those-
number
these
8.
4 games.
I feel like Yakuza's either number 1 or 2 for me. Like I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
I'm
I
fine
don't
with
think
the.
the Way Out is still this high up on the list, honestly.
Yes.
Do you want to
TFP?
put Way Out at
I can
like
see a Way Out
4?
at
4?
I can
Yeah.
see it for. I mean, again, personally, I think I would probably put it over The Missing, just because I haven't played The Missing. But I
I'm
know
fine
TFP
with
really
I'm fine
loves
with The
that.
Missing at 3.
yeah,
Like I think The Missing
Okay.
is amazing.
Ooh, these two, huh?
And I feel bad for Grav because now we're in the everyone else talks about things phase.
That's fine. Both seem like excellent games from everything I've seen of them. I don't feel bad about having them at the top of our list, except that I have games I like more. But whatever. That's life.
Majority rule.
that's what our personal lists are for.
Exactly.
I mean, I would say Yakuza 6 for me.
I mean, Yakuza
I
did
could.
Sure.
Yakuza did top my list, personal
It's-
list.
Yeah, if I were to do a list right now, I'd probably I haven't played everything I wanted to play. But Yakuza would probably.
I'm pretty sure
Probably
mine number 1
there.
was also Yakuza.
I could definitely see Yakuza winning it because as much as I love Monster Hunter World and as much as it is the best Monster Hunter
Yes.
game, hands down.
I would
it
agree
has
with
made
that.
game so much more accessible that I no longer feel like when I recommend Monster Hunter to someone I have to crouch it with a bunch of weird bullshit of oh, there's a bunch of this annoying shit you got to put up with, but after that it's a good game. It's like, no, Monster Hunter World is just straight up good. They fixed a lot of the problems of that game, and I really hope they do better with it in the future because a lot of their post-launch support stuff has been underwhelming.
Well, you don't like arch-tempered elder dragons?
I really don't. I don't like getting one-shotted, and then also they release a version of something that one-shots you harder. I don't see the point. I think a lot of their post-launch support has not been great, sadly. So I could definitely see it going lower than Yakuza on this.
Is Geralt in Monster Hunter World yet?
Not yet.
Oh god, why did it do that?
Stop- stop tabbing.
It's the top. No, I think even if you.
Not 4.
I think it's because.
It's because I'm
starting
typing 1 dot and
1 dot. It's just automatically making a list.
there we go.
Sure.
Yeah, we crushed that today.
Yeah, no, that was. Remember when you
See
were
what
like, "Oh,
happens
it's
if you leave serve out?
yeah, apparently."
Kill it. Get rid of the dead weight.
Congratulations to.
Get me sick and get rid of serve.
Yeah, that's.
God, if he's actually dead, that'd be horrible.
It would.
Song of Life. Yes, the full title.
Yeah. There we go. There's our game of the year list, communally agreed upon.
I feel like it's extra weird, not to like put a downer on it all, but like it's weird to me that like Yakuza 6 is #1, and like it might be for me too, but I would put it below Yakuza 0 from last year as a game, and it was like number 4 or 5 on my last year.
2017 was a hell of a year.
2017 was a crazy year.
Yeah.
2017 had the Mario Odyssey and the Nier Automata and the Yakuza 0
The
and
Cuphead and the Persona.
the Cuphead and the Persona and the Sonic Forces.
It's just funny, I guess.
I'm glad the people who like Yakuza are happy with this list.
You were the one who said put it in number one.
I know.
No takesy backsies.
All right.
Done. Locked
The
in.
game of the year.
I think we're locked in. There we
Alright.
go.
All right.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, that took
Read
way
it, boy.
less longer than I was expecting. I can't wait to get back to more of those Assassin's Creeds that Makeman definitely loves.
Yay! I
mean,
enjoy,
just
I
have to
enjoy
get
watching
through
you free the children over and over again.
You just have to get through the last bad one.
Except it's really good, though.
It's not.
It's so good.
I played it. You can't bullshit your way out of this one.
But
it's bad.
It's really good, though.
It's like all the other ones.
But it's a really good one.
You're talking about the Origins, right?
No, I'm talking about
No, we're
Syndicate.
talking about Syndicate.
Is that the brother sister one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one. Anyway,
it's not.
that has nothing to do with our top 10 games of the year 2018.
Yeah.
Join us next time if we do this again. I don't know.
Yay!
Bye.
We'll see where the enthusiasm.
No 9/11 joke.
Oh, you ruined it.